Hello and welcome back to another DaVinci Resolve tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can add a light to your character's face in DaVinci Fusion. I'm going to be using this footage from the Action VFX practice library, which I'll leave a link to down in the description below. As you can see, it's a video of this guy firing a gun. I've already made a tutorial on how you can add muzzle flashes to your videos, so I'll leave a link to that both in the description and on the card on screen. So to start with, I'm going to have the clip selected and my playhead over it, then head over to the Fusion page. As you can see, I've got these nodes here. This is the first muzzle flash, which is on frame 39, and this one here is the second muzzle flash on frame 46. What we're going to do to relight the actor's face is select the media in node, which is the background footage, and just copy it. Then go somewhere else, deselect that, and paste that there. And then just to make things a bit clearer, I'm going to rename it by pressing F2 and call it Light 1. Then dragging from the output to the output of the previous node in the base node tree, I'm just going to plug that in. And you may be thinking, oh no, my muzzle flash is gone. But that's just because we're putting the background footage over the top of the effects. And this is because we're then going to be cutting them out to then add the light to the face. So in order for us to see what we're doing, we're going to now add a glow to this node. With the light node selected, press Shift and Space, then type in glow. And then I'm going to select this soft glow here and just add that. And that's kind of blown out all of the highlights on the video. So I'm just going to adjust the settings on this to better match it to the effect I'm wanting to create. Primarily focusing on how it looks on his face and also on his hand. Then with the soft glow selected again, I'm going to press Shift and Space and then type in CC. And this will allow us to add a color corrector. And then you can just tweak the color of this footage layer. I'm going to give it this kind of warm yellowish orange color that will then match up with the muzzle flash. Now we need to mask this to his face and his hand. And so select the footage node, and then press on the polygon mask tool, and then just go through and click and drag to create different nodes on this guy's face. Then once you close the mask by pressing on the first point again, you can see we've now got this cutout. In order to add more fall off, select the polygon node and just play around with the soft edge and border width controls. And then if you want to add another mask for the hand, then just select your light layer again and select the polygon mask option again, and then just draw a new mask on the next area that you want to add the glow to. Then with that mask selected, you can change the same settings again. This is starting to look quite good, and it's only going to appear for a couple of frames, so it doesn't matter quite how neat it is, it's mainly just having it there. However, if you go backwards through the timeline, you'll notice that it isn't only there on the frame we want it, it's there throughout the entire video. And in order to change that, select the keyframes option from up here, and this will load a new panel, and then select the light node, or find it in this view here, and then just trim it by dragging the start and end to the frame where you want it to start, and then moving ahead by a couple of frames, and then dragging the end to that point there. The effect now stays on for a couple of frames, however I want it to fade, and this is really easy to do. So select the soft glow layer, and then create a keyframe for the game by pressing the little diamond there on the first frame, so where the muzzle flash is present. Then move ahead by a couple of frames, I'm using the arrow keys to do that, and then change the gain down to 0. And now you can see that the effect fades over time. Then you can go through and recreate that on all of the muzzle flashes. It doesn't take that long once you get going with it, and it doesn't really matter how neat it is as long as it gets the point across that there is a light happening. It's always better, if possible, to add a practical light to these effects when you're shooting, as that can help sell it even more, as you'll have more realistic light fall off. However, this is a good workaround for cases where you weren't able to, or you've been given some footage that doesn't have that. So yeah, I hope you find this effect and this tutorial useful. Let me know if you use it in your projects, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.